another tube up for review is the Prehistoric Sealife tube from Safari Limited in 2010, I believe. But this is a really cool tube because there's like marine reptiles, fish, and some other creatures in here. So let's start off with the first piece in the set, which is probably my favorite piece in the whole set, the Basilosaurus. So this is like currently the only Basilosaurus figure available on the market, because like CollectA is making one for 2017 and it looks fantastic, so definitely gonna get it. But this one looks a lot like the one from Chased by Sea Monsters BBC. But see, it's pretty accurate, so it's good that CollectA's gonna make a full size one, and this one could be like, this Safari Limited one could be like a juvenile for that one. See, it's pretty accurate, and it's a shallow water monster. I mean predator. So, pretty cool figure. This is Basilosaurus. Next up we have the Dolly Corncops. And this one does look like the one from Sea Monsters: A Prehistoric Adventure, the main creature of the show. And it is pretty accurate besides the no tail fluke here. But the flippers are very bendy, so you could make her swim around. See, the head sculpt is pretty accurate. And the level of detail in his teeth, they put despite this being a 10 centimeter long figure. And I think this goes really well with the Safari Limited Toob Cratoxyrhina or the Carnegie Tylosaurus here. So I think this is like my third favorite figure in the set. Pretty cool, Dolly Corncops figure. Oh yeah, CollectA also made one of this, so you should get the CollectA one too. Third, we have the Elasmosaurus. Now, I think they should have called this Elasmosaurus something else, because there's already enough Elasmosaurus figures on the market. So I felt like they could have called this like Styxosaurus or something, because there is no Styxosaurus figures yet, but at least it has the accurate stiff neck because it's not being raised like a swan. But the flippers are a little bit too high and no tail fluke. But this is a pretty bland coloration and not much detail, so probably my least favorite figure in the set, but still pretty fantastic. Next up, we have the frilled shark. Probably like the only frilled shark toy on the market. And this thing is pretty cool, and probably my fourth favorite figure in the set. This is pretty accurate to the real life frilled sharks, but I think they should have put Zophatinus or Leedsictes over the frilled shark, because they should have been in this too, because they're pretty popular fish, but they had to go with the frilled shark, which is still alive today, but still pretty cool figure. Next up we have the well-detailed Henodis. Now, Henodis did appear in Sea Monsters: A Prehistoric Adventure and Jurassic World the game. See, it's a pretty naturalistic color scheme and a well-detailed figure, so another one of my favorites from the set. Also, it's not a turtle. I think it's a Placodon or something. So, see all the scales detail on the shell, so this is Henodis. Next up we have the terribly sculpted Ichthyosaurus. Because, see how, like, Ichthyosaurs were pretty fat creatures, but, see how compressed he is on the side. So, it'll probably be an easy meal for sharks and pliosaurs. See, there's no teeth in here, just a toothless ichthyosaur. So this is the Ichthyosaurus with the moon-shaped tail, so this is probably the worst figure in the set. Next up we have the Liopleurodons. So I felt like they should have, like Elasmosaurus, they should have called this something else like Pliosaurus or Brachiochenius. But I guess Liopleurodon is fine enough. And at least this one will go well with the larger 7-inch Liopleurodon from Safari. But see, it's very bland coloring with sloppy paint on the teeth and the eyes. They should have painted like gray with a white underbelly, so probably another one of my least favorite figures from the set alongside the Ichthyosaurus. Next up we have another one of my favorites, the Maturorhynchus. But this figure copies the picture of another crocodile named Suchodus from Google. See how it was a similar pose, but at least we get a Maturorhynchus figure on the market, but we got like a larger size Plesiosuchus later on, so that's pretty cool. But this is like when it was first released. See how more diligently it was painted. See the teeth? Said they start to get lazy with the paint, I guess. See how sloppy that looks? And that dot on his belly. So, this is a pretty cool figure. So, if you don't have a Meteorhynchus figure, or any Basilosaurus figure, then get this too. I highly recommend it. So, we're down to the last two. Probably my second favorite in the set, the Nodosaurus. Because Safari Limited should really make a full-size Nodosaur figure, but it's probably take them a while to do that. Also, it'll take them a while to make a Zyphect in this figure. See, bland coloring as always, but fantastic detail and very accurate too, like the ones we've seen in Chased by Sea Monsters. See the level of detail they put into this tiny figure, and it's a 1/40 scale too. Yay! So it'll go in scale with your Lego people. Last but not least, we have the apex predator of the Cretaceous seas, Tylosaurus prorigor. And this thing lacks a tail fluke too, but this was made a year before mosasaurs were found with the tail fluke. And I think this goes really well as a smaller species of mosasaur, so it'll go in scale with your Cretoxyrhina or your giant mosasaur figures. So onto paint schemes. See, it's got a brown and green, which is unlikely coloring. Felt it should have been like black and white instead, but still a pretty cool figure from the set, but the tail may seem a little too long. So, another cool set, but unfortunately, along with the Prehistoric Sharks Crocs Toob, this set is being discontinued for 2017. So, if you haven't got those 3 tubes, pick them up right now, because these are all fantastic tubes. So, hope you guys like this video. Like the video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.